episode 7. We finished 6. To be continued on that one because we were swapping out the shafts and the bushings on the lower control arms. A little bit of a fight. Highly suggest on that, what you've seen in the video, drill holes, multi-holes in the rubber, which kind of breaks it up. And then, you're kind of hammering away. And then you got the sleeve in the center, which you've seen in the last video where we used a saw and cut dead center, knocked one side out, knocked the other side out, just because I didn't have the kit to press them out. So we ended up taking them to work, and Kevin used the press machine there to press the new shafts and everything in. So but yeah, we're gonna start episode 7. We're gonna try to get this front end together. We're going to replace the tie rod ends, all that as well while we're there. So yeah, I'll give you a shot of kind of the A-arms now. So you can tell we got the lower control arm mounted. Got the shaft and new bushings in them. So we're going to take care of the front. And then the tie rod ends, I bought new tie rod ends and all that, so we're going to put that on there, new idle arm, while we're there. So, let's see if we can get this front end together and get that front end moving up and down today. That's what we're hoping. And maybe if we're going to have time, we'll try to get the bed and fit the bed on. Just make sure all the fitting looks good on that. So yeah, keep watching, see what we can get done today. Yo! So we were in the process of about 3-inch drop spindles to go on the front of the truck with 3-inch drop shocks. So I'll show a video of that included in this one. So it took a minute to get the lower ball joint pressed in. That was fun. Got a press kit, just kind of wanted to go cockeyed on it, so it took a minute for that. But see if we can zip this front end up. So trying to get the camera back there so you can kind of see where the airline comes out of the upper side area there. Yeah, about right there. So Ked ran along this way, took it up sort of top to bring it inside the cab, because that's where the switch pedal, air pedals going to be. So we'll kind of show you where we're going to put the paddle switches. So who would have thought, but that switch fits right in that ashtray, damn near perfect. May have to make some kind of bracket, but man, it fits in there good. So I think that's where it's going to be. So this is the switch paddle that we're going to go with. We're just going to have an up and down, we'll see how that goes. Later on we could always, do all 4 corners. But turn this around, you'll see ports where the airlines will go into, and then where they'll go out to, even to the gauge. So this is pretty neat because you can actually barely press down and it'll lower slowly, very quickly. It just depends how quick you want to work the paddle up and down. So kind of excited to have that. But yeah, it's going to go right in that ashtray. It's going to be cool. All right, so we're going to try it, make sure front and back works now. Just got a T plumbed in, getting air off the air compressor just to make sure. And then time to raise the front. It's about where it sets bottomed out. Man, that raise is good. I mean, I don't really remember what it was like stock, but it seems like maybe a little lower than stock, maybe. I don't know. All right, let's drop to the ground. Pants on the ground, pants on the ground. I don't know why that came to mind. All right, let's do it. Well, I like the stance. Frame's not on the ground. There's a few reasons for that. I don't know, back in the day in the 90s, when I was even into that and big on that, I don't know. I'm kind of happy the frame's not on the ground. You know, I know back in the day having hydraulic cars, you blow a line, if you got 2 pumps, you're stuck. Can't even roll. Nothing's better than a flatbed showing up and a car not rolling. But, so on the lower control arms, you got the mounts down there, the cups. You know, a lot of people, they'll kind of recess them down to get more drop. But we didn't do that. Welded it to the top. And it kind of worked out because this truck's got headers. Fuel tank, if you notice the fuel tank, I was kind of worried about raising it an inch. And, well, we don't have to do that. So we don't have to do that. Bought new brackets anyway, may put them on, but at least we don't have to raise an inch. So sitting all the way down, some of you may or may not like it, but I like it. That's all that matters, I guess. But the bumper, with the front being slammed, is not on the ground. So once again, it still can roll. So I'm kind of happy with that. Granted, you know, you're not going to do much turning when it's slammed. But another thing we're happy about is we didn't know for sure if the 22-inch wheels was going to hit the fan motor, because I kind of didn't want to get rid of that fan motor. Man, I don't care about much about the AC unit there. You can buy an aftermarket one that gets rid of all of that anyway if you want AC. But the fan motor was really my concern, but as you can tell, it clears, you know. And I mean, the tire's not even touching air fender. So in my book, that's perfect for me. So to conclude episode 7, little time consuming again on the control arms, but that's done. Hopefully everything else starts going smoothly. Got the front and the back working, which is great. What the heck? Photobomb. I'm personally very happy. I think Kevin and Josh is happy with it, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, that concludes episode 7. I think we had some tape measures around this air tank and compressors and the battery. I think we came up with an idea on how to mount these. I think it'd be cool. So that'll come on down the line. We still got to get the bed on, just to make sure everything's fitting right and whatnot. Yeah, I think how we're going to do it's really going to be cool. So, all right, that wraps it up. We'll see you on the next episode.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, I said it, we are. This is Rock Nation. Pledge your allegiance.